got so much wobble in it. I'm going to show you how I can be able to turn that wobble into this. To be able to start squaring off the board, of course, is the joiner. I run technically the wider part of the stock through the joiner first to be able to have a nice good square edge to run up against the fence. What I always look for is I always try to put the board that's hanging down the lowest, if there's any kind of cup into it, try to get that as low as possible so there's less rock going across the joiner itself. So what I mean by that is if it's rocking back and forth going this way, I always make sure to put that down this way. So I want to be able to have it where there's less rock into it so that there's less chance of your hand slipping. So I've already figured out which way that I need to put it is, of course, this way because it's not rocking as bad going down like this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how I do it. I always wear safety glasses, face mask. Protect yourself. Be very careful using it. And as you can see, it's got a nice good square edge on it. I've already verified by running the square going over it to make sure that it is nice and square. As you can see, no light is being let into it, so of course that is square. Always get down eye level to make sure. Perfect. Ready for the planing. Alright, so the second step that I do is run it through the planer. What you're going to do is run the side that you already put through the joiner, run that down because the blades are, of course, at the top of the planer, and that's when you're going to do it to be able to get a nice, even, square edges on both sides. And at this stage, you have two sides that are exactly the same. We've already ran it over the joiner to be able to give a nice good square edge. Took it through the planer, be able to get this edge. Now we also got this edge as well. That is also square. The only side left is you got this. Next step that you do, take it through the table saw. And the final stage is to be able to rip it to the correct width. I'm not going to actually measure it because this is just for demonstration purposes. Say if you had it, 3 inches, you'd measure from the blade, the edge of the blade that it's going to be cutting towards the fence. Measure it to there so you can have your correct width. Boom! And there it is. Everything's nice and square. As you can tell, the board is a lot smaller than what it started with. It started, with 1.5 inches by 3.5. I mean, I'm probably down to about 1 inch thick to probably about 2.5 inches wide or deep. Pretty small, but for you to be able to get out all the nice cupped and bowed and checked and every kind of woodworking term that you can think of, I mean, this is what you have to do with it. You will lose a lot, but if you want to be able to make construction grade lumber work and actually use it, as long as it is dry, you can use it. It's just not going to be as pretty, of course, but I make it work. That's how I do it. Thanks for watching and subscribe.